No, no funny intro for this one. I've been waiting a very long time for this film, and I really just want to talk about it. Nosferatu, directed by Robert Eggers, is about a city in Germany being attacked by a death blood plague that may have more than meets the eye. So, what did I think about it? Well, let's talk about the categories and give it a score. First category, acting. I have two words to describe the acting in this film, both demanding and invisible. If you look at the cast, it is very easy to say that this cast is stacked to the brim. Robert Eggers and his team really pulled out all the stops in this film, and I feel like it's only going to go up from here, where we're going to have like Christopher Nolan-esque lists of all these crazy talents joining his staff. You have Bill Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult, Lily Rose Depp. You have Aaron Taylor Johnson. You got Willem Dafoe. You got Ralph Ineson. You got Emma Corrin. You got all of these people who are talented actors, and that's just the top of the list that are kind of the main people within this cast. You go down the list and everyone else is really good here. There is not a single performance in here that I think is either bad or good. I think all of them are great. Yeah, they're all great. In all honesty, I'd give every acting Oscar to everyone in this film of how good everyone is. There are moments in this film that are so physically demanding with what they have to do. Yes, it is going to be a film in which actors are using their bodies and a lot of their energy to do things that are definitely uncomfortable, and if you're doing multiple takes, seemingly seems to probably be very, very tiring on oneself. And like I said, all the actors here are great, which makes them invisible. I mean, of course, you can easily talk about Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok. Yeah, you can't tell that it's him, of course, and I applaud the marketing team for not revealing what he looks like, because he's absolutely just terrifying. But Nicholas Hoult sinks in his role. Lily Rose Depp sinks in her role. Willem Dafoe, of course, will sink into his role. Ralph Ineson sinks into his role. Then you have Aaron Taylor Johnson sinking into his role. And then you have Emma Corrin sinking into her role. And you don't see the actors, you just see the characters that they play, and it's phenomenal from start all the way to the end credits. Beautiful masterclass. So with all that being said, yeah, it's easy. It gets a 1 star in this category. Visuals. It's a Robert Eggers film. So, of course, he's going to bring, I believe his name is Jaron Blashek. I might be pronouncing that wrong, or Blashik. I don't know. I am sorry. Very sorry. But he has done pretty much all of Robert Eggers' projects, and it shows. I mean, they both seem to be clicking when it comes to the visual style that they both demand for the source material. The film is dark. The film is dreary. The whole wardrobe is brilliant. The set design is so creepy. Some of it's inviting, but it just sinks you into this time frame. The cinematography, like I kind of just mentioned, is absolutely stunning from start to finish. There are shots that are just beautiful, but even though they're just horrendous and scary when it comes to it, even though that the film can be a bit on the darker side just in terms of highlights and shadows, it's meant with purpose and poise, and I just absolutely dig it. The film has a style. It doesn't move away from that style. Especially with the visuals, you have to also talk about Count Orlok. Like I said in acting, you don't understand. You don't see Bill Skarsgård whatsoever. You don't see him. You just see Count Orlok. And that's impressive. Just him visually is scary. The composition on the shots are beautiful and tragic and dark and dreary. It is everything you expect in a Robert Eggers film. Robert Eggers has completely nailed this type of film, and you see it here. It's plain, it's simple, it gets a full star out of 1 within this category. Audio. So you got Robert Carradine returning from The Northman to do this film, and yeah, It's epic, but it's also terrifying. You would even just say also, again, he's in 3 categories. Bill Skarsgård, talking as Count Orlok, is just as scary and terrifying as he looks, if not more so. And there's a reason why they don't show him for most of the film and why they hide him in all of the promotion. Because it is an experience to witness and hear Count Orlok for the first time. Again, going back to the music, the sound is just so terrifying and intense, and it brings you back to that time frame, but also does this so well of bringing the emotions out of you and making you understand what you're trying to feel without going overboard. The songs aren't sad for the sake of just being sad. They have purpose. The songs aren't scary for the sake of being scary. You feel it because of what you see, what you hear, and it all intertwines so perfectly. And of course, the sound effects are equally as terrifying, from the Ratatouille gangs to, of course, Count Orlok's little activity he likes to do with new friends. It's terrifying, it's creepy, but it's brilliant. Full star out of 1 within this category. Story! It has been over 100 years since the original came out. And this film pays homage with so much love and adds so much more depth to each and every character that it's just something so special and unique, and I'm glad I got to witness it. Robert Eggers is a person who understands this dark gothic old-timey style so well, and I hope he doesn't divert from this too much. The pacing of this film, even though sometimes can feel a bit slow, the exposition that you are getting is key and valuable to understanding the character's motivations and desires. At no point does a character make such a horrible, dumb decision that doesn't make sense for the character themselves, which makes it less frustrating to watch if a character would make an out-of-pocket decision. From start all the way to finish, it is a straight domino effect that is laid kind of piece by piece without going too fast. Robert Eggers understands this source material. He understands the story, the themes that this film brings out that isn't about the plague or darkness or what Count Orlok is, are so apparent and so brilliantly used throughout this film. I am just amazed. I got up out of my seat when the credits started to roll. The crowd started cheering, and I was happy. The pacing, like I said, at times can feel slow. And as much as I do this for bad films, I also do it for films I love. I check my phone to see what time it is. 30 minutes would pass and I thought it was 10. An hour would pass and I thought it was 20 minutes. Time flies in an over 2 hour long film. So with story, I have to give it a full star out of 1 within this category. Enjoyment. I play the game where I ask you, what do you think I thought of the movie in terms of pure enjoyment? For bad movies, of course. So how about a good one? What do you think? I've been waiting for this film since 2015. When The Witch came out, I fell in love with Robert Eggers' style. I thought it was so unique. His voice was so powerful, and the story was brilliant. Then it was announced afterwards that he was going to make a remake of Nosferatu. And then The Lighthouse and The Northman comes out, and I've been waiting. And if I could go back in time and tell 10 years ago me about what this film is, I would tell him it was worth the wait. I thought no other film would honestly top Dune Part 2, but this one did. I want to see it again and again and again. To me, I enjoyed it the most out of any film of the year. No, it's not going to be a fun roller coaster, but one that tells a deep, dark, serious story about so many themes that I don't want to get into because y'all deserve to just go into it as blind as I could possibly make it without giving you too much about what the film's about. I don't watch trailers for a reason, and this is one of them. I already wanted to watch this film. I wanted to watch this film nearly 10 years ago, so I didn't need to watch any marketing to know I wanted to watch this. And I'm happy to report for the enjoyment category, it also gets a full star out of 1 within this category. So, if you're keeping track at home, that means Nosferatu gets 5 out of 5 stars. I think this film is perfection.